What's going on, everybody? Today, me and my buddy that's way back behind me are going to a place called Springs Park, or it used to be called Springs Recreational Park. I think it was open from 1925 to 1989, and basically it's down in Lancaster, and this Springs Mill, which was a textile company, they opened it up, and it was way more than just a park. It was actually a recreation park. It was more of an amusement park. They had places to stay, they had a Ferris wheel, they had a bowling alley, a roller rink. That actually, the roller rink burnt down, and I don't know when. Couldn't find any information on it about it. The biggest attraction was they had an Olympic style swimming pool, which was massive. I think there's an 18 foot deep on one side, and the diving board for it, which had multiple levels, actually fell into the pool. It was a concrete pillar, and it's pretty cool. So it's June, it's going to be grown up and everything, so hopefully it'll look way cooler than it did in the winter time. A little history on it. Something a lot of people don't know is back in the time that it was open, it was mostly all segregation, and they used to have 1 week for white people, 1 week for people of color, and 1 week where they just, after that, to clean it all up. It's a pretty interesting place. They have a boat landing on the fishing reservoir that we're going to be parking at, and we're going to walk up to it and walk through the woods to get to it. Another place, which is actually on the end of this, very end of this road, long way away, and it's right across the road from it, close enough, there's a fertilizer plant. They made fertilizer. And what they did was use the excess energy generated by the dam and sent electricity through the air and pulled the nitrogen out of the air somehow and made fertilizer with it, because this was back in World War II, I think, and they thought there was going to be some kind of big fertilizer shortage. Might have been World War I even. American-made bricks wouldn't stand up to the electricity that was being used to do this process, so they imported bricks from Europe to build the building with, and all the buildings with. What stands today was found by Duke Energy, I think in the early 2000s, and they went in and kind of fixed it up, tried to keep the history of it, but tried to fix it up. There's a bunch of other buildings in it as well, except they're just foundations. There's old drums, and you can't find any pictures of this stuff. There's one picture that's in a Lansford history book that I have that shows one of the towers being built and this specific building up. But that's all that there is. This side, actually right down in those woods, is where we're going. This is actually a kayak landing. You go down those stairs and it goes into the river. So this is the only building that's left. This is the building that was found by somebody, and Duke Energy came in and redid it. You can see on the edge there where it's kind of new. When they found it, the roof was caved in and it was falling apart. But those are the bricks. And you can still see like the back of that there, and on the inside and stuff, it's part of the electrodes. The Nitro-Lee fertilizer plant. If you can see that, you can read it if you want to. I don't want to. Those are the electrodes. These have wires hang from them. There's actually part of one right there. And there's part of one right there. One right there. Those are actually, looks like PVC pipe. So I'm sure it was something Duke Energy did. Because they would have been porcelain stuff. But it used to have a second floor all along that ridge line. And they got all these here and tell us about the history of it. American-made bricks and so on and so forth. The discovery, James Duke and his engineer William Lee decided to experiment with the arc process at Nitro-Lee. The general principle was to force air through an electrical arc to create nitrogen oxide. However that works. I'm not a scientist, I'm retarded. But where my good friend is sitting, if I just skip around back of him, there's the back of those. And they had electricity all the way over at the dam come in and go into each one of those. It's pretty cool. The rest of the facility, the plant, is a walking trail now, it looks like. And all you see is foundations. All that down there. This right here. Pillar right there. Oh God. That didn't happen. They got all this stuff. It was all from the original place. You can actually go on down into the river, which we're not going to do. And there's even more, but it spans all that. It's pretty neat. And there's actually one of the towers. It was that one, and that one's like a bridge. It's pretty neat place though. So now we're going to continue on. So there's, wow, that's high. There's the dam that it got fed off of. Any excess power from that. Yeah, but that's a lot of water. So this is Springs Park boat landing. So we're actually going to go right down in there. That right there used to be the old sign for it. That was signed tall and kind of like a McDonald's sign. And this was the entrance. Those two pillars are the entrance. Looks like somebody's gonna open the gate to get in there, because that's how you get in there. But we can't park our bikes up there, so we're gonna go park down at the boat landing. Cool. All right. Security cameras in use. Woo. I'm scared. Yeah, I don't think this thing's seen a security camera in probably 40 years.
Not a chance.
Yo, somebody clean this up.
I know, right?
I'm gonna leave this a 2-star review on Yelp.
So on that way also goes into it, but we're gonna cut up through here where this giant water tower is.
I'm glad we came back to this place. It's just, you can't really come
Oh
to
my
this place
God.
enough for it to be boring to look at.
Yeah, this is way different.
Wow, it's way overgrown actually.
I'm gonna throw a picture up. Last time we came here, it was completely dead. There was just concrete. Now it's got a whole bunch of kudzu and everything on there.
I mean, look at those 2 trees there. They're just completely covered in it. I mean,
yeah.
It's gonna be the whole park soon.
There's a diving board for the Olympic pool. I'll actually have a picture of our good friend in a seance circle, which looks like it's been burned.
It actually does look like it's been burned.
Well, let's get down there. This isn't dangerous at all.
Nah, it's only dangerous if you're retarded, so you should be careful.
We need to like have guardrails.
Wow.
So there's the stairs to the other side. But this edge, there's a marker somewhere on here that's done grown up, I guess. That tells you how deep it is.
This was the one that I think I remember.
Yeah, because it was green.
Yeah.
So I can't see any markers because it's got new graffiti on it.
Yeah.
I guess the locals like to come down here and some of these paint cans are done rusted away.
Oh yeah.
At least the minion's still there.
Yeah. I don't think anyone's gonna paint over him anytime soon.
We will find a different way in here. I'm not going to hold a camera and try to do that.
There is another way. It's around the back, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Oh, he's got a stick.
got a big stick. It's a hot stick.
Yo, where's the pallet you threw down there? I think they burned the pallet.
Some steep steps.
I believe these were kids' pools.
I think you might be right on that one. Was that tree there before?
So they had a male and a female changing rooms. It was like a locker room. I believe this was one of them. And the Ferris wheel used to actually sit right here.
It would have been really cool if that had stuck around.
Yeah, they probably tore it down.
Well, yeah, because I'm sure they knew people were going to come down here after it was abandoned, and that would be really dangerous.
Yeah. I don't think it could be a lawsuit, though.
Probably not, but people will sue for almost anything, so.
It's bad it's grown up because I'd like to see all the rubble.
You can still kind of see it, it's not as good as it was.
That's pretty good for you.
Huh?
That's a pretty good for you thing.
Oh, it is.
And smoke more right above it.
Yep. I don't know if this is... Do you know how to identify poison ivy?
Really would be.
Yeah, got the Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Yo, I could salvage some of that.
Discover a new disease by drinking out of it.
Oh God. How rare is it? Well, you get to name it.
I guess they've got some of this, what is that, cloth? Or is it like...
Fake turf.
Probably fake turf. I think they had a mini golf course back here as well.
Wow.
And this would have been it. And then it fell off. They had it built up. Yeah, this is definitely a mini golf course.
Yeah. I don't think we ever went back here when we came first time.
I hit something metal there. Oh well, we don't know.
I don't think you did. No, oh yeah, right here.
It's a rod sticking out of the ground.
Oh, that's good.
It's not sharp, but it's there.
Yeah, some fat dude steps on that straight through.
Oh yeah.
I can't imagine you'd get very far in suing for getting injured for going into a place that they tell you not to go into.
We're not trespassing. I don't know what you're talking about.
We're allowed to do this.
I remember Chris crawled through that.
Hey guys, I'm gonna die.
Oh God. You can see that people still come here pretty regularly. There's walking paths. I mean, it's probably a good hangout for college kids. Contribute to the chaos. I don't know if you can see that or not. But
I'll be down to check it out.
I think this was the male locker rooms. I could be mistaken on that. I can't find any history on this place, man.
From like the 60s.
Yeah, but I mean, nobody has any information on it. It's starting to fall through there. We'll go there next. This seems like it's gotten worse.
Oh, it has. I'm pretty sure that was at least kind of up.
Yeah, this was solid last time we were here, but I think all of this was a little less spread out. So we're gonna go down into the, I guess, a water cleansing place. I don't really know what it was. But we're good.
Yep.
I'll probably leave that. Here's a concrete path, concrete walkway, which was not exposed before. Last time we were here, it was covered in roots and leaves and everything else like that. We did have a pretty bad storm come through between then and now, so it probably didn't help. That actually is probably why a lot of stuff's destroyed.
Yeah, that might be it actually.
Hurricane Helene. So it didn't hit us directly, but it still did some damage.
Let's hope this place isn't too dangerous to walk through now.
I doubt it.
It should be fine. It's solid ass concrete.
Yo, is there any homeless people in here?
That's a great way to get stabbed.
Oh my God. That's why I asked. They got a paint roller. That's new.
Oh yeah.
A and S. Dude. What the heck?
Of course.
A shirt? Not gonna touch that.
No.
A bunch. A lot more beer cans. And paints.
That's how you know that people have been here recently, because they've got the monster alcohol cans in here.
practically full bottle of Coke.
Well, I'm hoping it's Coke.
Yeah, we're gonna ignore that.
I'm not gonna touch it.
It continues that way. I don't have a light. I do have my phone. Bro, the work of art. Jesus.
God, they put their heart and soul into that one.
Well, there's an upside down cross. The pipestone fell apart.
Yeah.
This would be a good place to film a horror movie.
It would be a good place to film a horror movie. It's got assorted cables and various beer cans. That's
Pretty much all of it's here. Beer cans and like spray paint cans.
Dude, it's Lancaster.
Sorry, does that say Bojangles Hard Sweet Tea? I didn't know they...
I don't have my glasses. I think it does though.
That's exactly what that says. Bojangles Hard Sweet Tea.
Alright then.
That's ridiculous.
You have a new goal unlocked?
New goal unlocked.
And then that, I think, was a water tank. I'm not 100% on that. Ooh, can I get over
I'm
it?
trying to take a look around the back. It's sealed all the way around.
Yeah, I can't see above it anywhere.
I'm not trusting that to hold my weight.
Yeah. I don't know, it's that good 60s wood. It might actually hold you.
I don't know. I'd rather not bust my on camera.
That'd be funny though.
There's this little supply closet. Ooh, quit buzzing at me.
So we're gonna go down to the roller rink. The roller rink that burnt down. And I didn't know anything about this place when I first came here. But I knew this place had burnt down. And you'll see why.
Man, look at that. I'm gonna have to knock off another star.
Why?
Look at that. Look at this mess.
Oh, yeah. Everything's in shambles. I mean, come on.
No.
So there's the roller rink. I'll put some better pictures up. I will put some better pictures up that I took. Because the GoPro doesn't do it justice. Even these are starting to fall in. Can't really see. I'm gonna walk over this way. You can see all the ash and ceiling shingles and everything that burnt. Pillars that used to be up. You can kind of see over there, right there. That steel got hot. That steel got really, really hot.
Yeah, you don't usually see steel bending like that. It got ridiculously hot.
It got warm.
It got warm.
Things look like 6-0 heads.
You can see the steel beams even here just curving and bending in on themselves.
Yeah.
That's where it really got bad. That's probably where it started.
Yeah. Probably might have been concessions there.
Probably.
Somebody started a grease fire.
I'm gonna step away from that.
I'm not sure how much I trust that cable to hold.
It's a steel cable. It's got a dead cedar tree.
Pretty
on it.
much rusted through. Nah, you're right.
That's
Yeah.
fine. You can tell somebody comes through here pretty often.
Yeah.
All this was, I guess all this might have been bleachers as well. It's gone.
Yeah.
It's surrounded by woodland. Those kind of places like that tend to break down really quick.
I would take us that way, but it doesn't look like we can no more. Back that way was the office, the main office, and the places.
I can't imagine those places are even remotely close to resembling what they used to.
Well, I think the bowling alley's back there too, and all it is now is just a foundation.
Damn.
Yeah.
And for all the meth heads stripped anything useful out of it anyway.
Oh, on God. Everything's useful's been going out of this for a long time. So yeah, that's about as much as we can see of what's left without having to go way into the woods. And it's a little bit too hot to do that.